listening to the TalkBox sign. You're listening to the TalkBox. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, you're listening to the TalkBox sign. You're listening to the TalkBox. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. TalkBox. You're listening to the TalkBox sign. You're listening to the TalkBox. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, you guys. Rise and shine. It's your girl, Sonia G, here on the TalkBox. I have a very special guest on today. I'm hoping that we can hear him. And I have my husband, Perry Carney, on live with us today. Perry, can you say something? No. I cannot hear you at all. So what I want you to do, Perry, is to log off and come on your phone, because we can't hear you on the computer. Okay? I don't know why. Let's see. No. Well, anyway, you guys, it's Sonia G here on the TalkBox, and today's episode is Tap Into Your Bounce Back. You know what we say here on the TalkBox: every day above ground is a good day. It's another day, another opportunity to get some things right that we didn't have quite right on yesterday. You guys know I'm coming to you live from Mexico, where me and my family is here celebrating for me an early birthday. So we're going to give Perry a moment to come on. There him is. Now, say something, sir.
Hello, I can barely hear you.
Okay, I can hear you well.
So how am I going to fix this? Because I can barely hear you.
Okay.
Maybe I need to put on my earphones so I can hear.
Okay, go right ahead. Go right ahead and put on your earphones. Go ahead, you guys, and share the live. Make sure that you let me know that you're in the place today. You know what I say? I'm a Baptist preacher, so you need to talk back to me so that we can get through this. We actually have 7 steps that you can take in order for you to bounce back. A lot of times, I don't care how saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost you are, still life will happen. Things will happen. We have loved ones that pass away. We lose jobs. Our money run funny. Our change is strange. But there is a method to the madness. And all we need to do is learn how to follow the steps and tap into your bounce back. I know my mom nicknamed me the bounce back queen, but I'm going to teach you how to bounce back as well, because I do believe that we have the authority and permission from the Most High to live an abundant life. So now, good morning, my king. How are you? Perry?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now I can't hear you.
Okay, I can hear you. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put my headphones on, so maybe you'll be able to hear me a little better. So it's just the devil working, trying to get us. All right. All right. So again, we're going to tap into your bounce back. I do believe that all of us were designed to be resilient. I noticed that even in the seasons from winter, spring, summer, and fall, things are always changing. And I know naturally, oh wow, I know naturally that we don't like to change. Oh boy. I'm having technical difficulties today, you guys. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, now let's see. Okay, I need someone to let me know if you can hear me. I don't know what's going on this morning. Okay, say something now. Say something, Perry.
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear?
Oh, I don't know what's going on. When I listen to you, I can hear you just fine. I cannot hear you at all. Not like this.
Okay, hold on.
I'm going to try something different. Since you can hear me on the phone, I'm going to try something different.
Okay. Well, all right, well, I tell you what I'm finna do. I'm finna walk and talk because y'all done kind of I done got thrown off a little bit. So now that I got some juice on my phone, so that I can be able to see and hear and talk and do all that kind of stuff. So anyway, good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Pam. Thank you guys for coming on this morning. I know all of us need to know a little bit about bouncing back because of how life happened to do us. We go through things all the time, and regardless of what you go through, you still have the ability to bounce back. A lot of times when we're in, regardless of what kind of ship we're
Is my
on,
mic working?
because we're going to be on a ship, we're going to be we're going to be in relationships, we have partnerships, we have all type of ships, and we need to learn how to bounce back because things will happen and things don't go the way we want them to go. As of right now, I'm in Mexico is at home and we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. So, Perry, can you hear me now? Rising commercial.
You there?
Okay, you guys, just bear with me.
Can you hear me?
Okay, say something now. I don't know what's going on with your, I don't know what's going on, but obviously this must be a word that someone needs this morning because the enemy is in whew, rare form trying to keep this from going forward. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. And initially, I could hear you, Perry, but now I cannot hear you at all. So let me just get set up here. I've come out to the pool. So now I can hear you, Perry. Say something. Say something. No, it went out. It went out. So basically, you guys, yeah, we're gonna work on it because I believe that this is actually a good message for today. So, Perry, are you on your phone or are you on the computer? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I don't know what's going on, but you guys just go ahead and talk back to me and let me know. Wow. Oh my God. That's one of the things in order to bounce back, you guys. We got to learn how to laugh at ourselves. Things will happen that we don't quite understand. And I am really laughing at myself this morning. But anyway, I know a lot of you have to go to work and that sort of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in because this is actually very, very important. People ask me all the time, you have so many things that go wrong in your life. How do you remain happy? How do you remain full of joy? And how you remain full of joy and keep it moving, even when detrimental things happen in your life. If you'll learn how to bounce back, somebody say bounce back. I need you to talk back to me today, you guys, because the enemy is really trying to keep this word from going forth. But, you know, every day above ground, every moment above ground, we got another opportunity to do some things different. So I need you guys to talk back to me on today. So, okay. All right.
You there? Can you hear me?
Sit down. I can hear you, but it sounds distorted.
Oh crap!
Are you on your earbuds?
I
That's okay.
was
You're on your earbuds, correct?
not anymore because I couldn't hear you.
Okay, you're not on your earbuds. I don't know then. I don't know. You sound a little bit distorted. But like I said, somebody needs to know, or this is just a perfect example of learning how to bounce back when things don't go the way that we want them to go. When we lose things or lose people or whatever is going on in our lives, we have to learn how to bounce back. So I need you to talk back to me this morning, you guys. Um, Shell said you being patient with me, babe. So, but anyway, how about now?
I can hear you. It's low.
Or you're
Like I said,
distorted.
I took my earbuds off because you said you couldn't hear me.
Right. Right. All right. Shell said we bouncing back on live. We sure are. And as a matter of fact, hold on just a minute. All right. Now say something.
Hello. I can see I'm in here. I can just barely hear you. I lost my wife. Where'd you go?
This is crazy this morning. Now I can hear you really good. Say
Okay.
something. Oh,
Hello.
yes, yes. Now we own you guys. Sorry about that. So we already know this gonna run over a little bit because we got to get this word out. And like you said, Shell, we are bouncing back on live. That's what we're doing. Bouncing back on live. Um, but we have 7 steps in order to bounce back. Again, let me remind you that we're all gonna be on a ship. We're gonna be on some type of ship. We in a relationship. We in a partnership. We in a courtship. We in all kinds of ships, and things go wrong. So today we are talking about learning to bounce back. So anyway, it's my king, is my co-host on today, you guys. Just in case you don't know, this is the King Perry, as he calls himself, Mister. This Mister right here. Hey Perry,
Hey, my love. How are you?
I'm doing great now. Now that I can hear you,
Good.
because we having technical difficulties this morning.
Oh yeah,
So
I left the dogs out downstairs, and of course when I went downstairs to get my earphones, your favorite dog done been into the restroom
in
paper
the trash.
towels in the paper
Mm.
towels.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Shell said hey.
Hey
So
sis.
so we're gonna go ahead and get started because we're off to a late start, and I know everybody got something to do, but I don't want anybody to miss this message because it's so important for us to learn how to bounce back because life throws us curveballs in every aspect of our lives, even with our children, with our spouses, whatever the case is. And so we're gonna run through these 7 steps. The first step is have a positive mindset. How important is it for you to have a positive mindset, Perry, in order to change the situation that you're in?
Oh, it's very important, and I'll use a very very fresh example
Okay.
of when a couple of members from my job came to me and said, "We really think you'd be good in a quality position." Now, this was back in April, and I was like, "Okay." So they interviewed me for the job,
Right.
and after they interviewed me for the job, they said, "Oh, we need you to go and apply for the job because we haven't posted it yet." So I'm
Mm.
like, okay, you interviewed me for a job that you hadn't posted. And they said, well, yeah, okay. So I went and applied for the job, and they said the interview went well. And of course, this was in April. Didn't think nothing else about it. Of course, the end of April comes, and I see 3 people receive the job that
They offered you.
you offered me, but had yet to tell me I didn't have the job.
Yeah.
So I was I was a little salty internally. I didn't express that outwardly, but I was like, I don't quite understand, but I know there's a plan. So again, that was in April. Fast forward a couple of months. We're in July. Last week I lost one of my best friends from my childhood on Saturday, and then the following Sunday, I got a call that my first cousin had passed away while in prison at 3:30 p.m. last Sunday, and then at 5:30 p.m. last Sunday, I get the phone call that my aunt passed away.
Right.
So I lost three people, feeling kind of crappy about the job, and just knowing God has a plan, but still it's all weighing on me. And I'm gonna try not to be so long-winded. Fast forward 2 days, I get to work, and the supervisor that interviewed me for the job 4 months ago says, "Hey, you still interested in that position?" And I said, "Well, of course I am." He said,
Right.
"Well, I want to offer you the position." I said, "Well, thank you." And so they sent me the offer letter just last night. My wife told me to hurry up and look at it. I really wasn't in a hurry, but I got the position, and I'll start the new position in about 3 weeks after we come back from Jamaica.
All
So
right. All
bouncing
right.
back and staying positive
Yeah.
all kind of work one within the second.
Because really and truly, Perry, when you have a positive mindset about situations, it don't seem to bog you down as much when we don't get the position right away and this that, and the other. But the thing about it from a spiritual standpoint is there to everything there is a season. So there's a reason why when we belong to Christ, there's a reason why things don't happen when we want it to. So we got to make sure, number one, in order for you to know how to bounce back, number one, you got to have a positive mindset. The next thing that you got to do, you got to have a strong support system. You can't have people around you that's negative. You can't have people like for instance, when you came home from work and that people was in that position. Why you didn't say nothing, and you need to go over there and you need to quit that job. You need to do this, that, and the other. Because sometimes when we move too fast, we'll miss our blessings. Look at you with the TalkBox cup. Yeah, you got the TalkBox cup on up this morning. So so we have to have a strong support system. That means getting away from negative people who only speak negative into your life. Um, and sometimes they can be friends, they can be family, whoever. If you're around negative people on your job, let it go. You have to have a strong support system in order for you to be able to bounce back. You agree with that?
Absolutely, and all I can go on, and all I will ever go on is my own personal experiences. I'm not a I'm not a big fan of, well, what they said, and they did this and they did that. I only like to pertain everything to me, so that I'm always the common denominator.
Right.
And like when our house was on fire,
Yeah.
I didn't go talking to everybody. I didn't want to hear from everybody. I only talked to people who I knew had my best interest in
Right.
hand, as a man of God, as a husband, as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the information I got from the two pastors and my childhood friend was all: stay positive, you love your wife, pray, and God's gonna work that thing out.
Right. Right.
And that's what he's done.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful
Yeah.
that I'm not the man I used to be, because as my wife will tell you, when the little discourse come, yeah, I ain't got time for that. Yeah. Mm-mm.
That brings us to our third
Mm-mm.
point. We got to sharpen up our problem solving skills. A lot
Yes.
of times when we don't have good problem solving skills, we'll tend to just shut down. That's not a good way to resolve your issues. Communication rule the nation. And if you learn how to sharpen your problem solving skills, that helps us to bounce back quicker. And one way of sharpening your problem solving skills is stop making emotional decisions.
Yes.
I'm gonna quit my job because I didn't get the raise. I'm gonna divorce my husband because he done made me mad. I'm cutting off my kids because they ain't doing what I want them to do. So we gotta keep a positive mindset. We gotta stay with a strong support system. We gotta sharpen our problem solving skills. Perry, do you think that you've had issues with problem solving skills, sir?
Oh, absolutely. I used to have issues with them. The way I handle issues in the past is I just walked away from them. I
How'd that
didn't
work
solve
for
them.
you? How'd that work
Yeah,
out for you?
it worked great for me. Yeah,
Oh,
it,
okay.
it, it would work great for me because it would allow me, again, it would allow me the peace that I was looking for.
Yeah,
Was
but
it the right
I'm gonna
decision?
tell you something about that walking away.
Well, here's the
Some
thing. Hold on. Was it the right decision? No, it wasn't.
Okay,
But at
okay.
the time, it
Hmm.
was the right decision for me.
So you thought.
No, it was. Because
Okay.
here's what I'm getting at. Here's what I'm getting at. Because I've been married 3 times now.
Right.
And in this third marriage to you, I
Hmm.
have learned how to be a husband.
Okay.
And because I was only focusing on me,
Hmm.
that allowed me the opportunity to learn how to be a husband to you.
Oh, okay.
Because had I learned how to be a husband the first time, I wouldn't be here today.
Okay. All
So
right. I get it.
everything
I
works
get it
out
in its
the way God
totality.
intends.
Yeah, but
But you don't
I get
always
it.
have to take, the same route. Like I wouldn't advise anybody
Yeah.
to meet and marry their wife in 4 days like I did. But that worked for me.
Right. Right.
That don't work for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna sharpen our problem solving skills by not shutting down because we can mess around. And I know I'm the best thing since chocolate milk and sliced bread. However, you very well could have missed a blessing from that first wife. In actuality, if we just be real about it,
Yes.
because when we shut down and we don't sharpen our problem solving skills, we can mess around and miss our blessings. Sometimes we are playing catch up, and that's okay. But on today, we're learning how to bounce back now, how to bounce back in this relationship,
Yeah.
how to bounce back on this job, how to bounce back in this family, how to bounce back now. So that we don't have to keep going around the same mountain over and over. And so the next step, number 4, is set some realistic goals for your life. That way, when you do miss the mark, it's all right because you know that if I just keep it moving, if I just keep it going, then I will eventually uh, be all right and reach the goal that I'm striving for. That's number 4. Number 5 is strong coping mechanisms. Sometimes we don't know how to cope with nothing. Somebody stepped on your foot 10 years ago, and every time you see them in the grocery store, I can't stand her. I can't stand him. That means we need to sharpen up our coping mechanisms. We have to learn how to cope with things. And I believe, Perry, the way to learn how to cope with things is know that God is the author and finisher of your faith, and know that there is a season for everything. I
Yes.
remember when I lost my job at Security Finance, God was trying to elevate me into entrepreneurship. But initially, I was distraught because here I am working on this job, and then all of a sudden they come in and fire me the day after they gave me a some kind of uh some kind of award for being a good worker, and they fired me the next day. But knowing that God has a plan for us, Jeremiah 29:11, God has a plan for you, a plan to prosper you, not to harm you, a plan of a hope and a future. We have to learn how to cope with life, because I don't care how saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost you are, life will still happen. What do you say about your coping mechanism?
Oh, absolutely. Coping mechanisms are necessary. You learn how to cope with things, and it helps you with your physical as
Mm-hmm.
well as your mental.
Right.
Having a good balance, in your mind will keep you from falling into depression. It'll
Yeah.
keep you from being angry every time something goes wrong. It'll
Yeah.
keep you from overreacting every time something goes wrong.
Right.
Sometimes, we give the devil way too much credit.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
God can't mold you into the man and woman of God that he wants you to be if you're always expecting everything to be great. Because if
Right.
everything is great, what do you need him for?
That's
What do you
true.
need to lean on him for?
Yeah.
People say, well, God won't put more on me than I can handle. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Because if you can handle it, you don't need him.
Right.
What he
He's not gonna
does
put more
is
on
he
you that he can't handle.
he
He
puts
can
he
handle
don't put
everything.
more on you than he can handle. He puts
Right.
you through things to see how you will deal with them.
Right.
To see, will you say, Daddy, I need you? Or
Right.
will you say, I can do this? I don't need
All by
nobody.
myself.
I
I
can do
tell
this
you
all
something
by
else.
myself.
I
So
tell you something.
learning how to cope and understand from whence comes your help will change your entire life.
It will. It will. I'm looking at this even today. We was on for 15, 20 minutes trying to get the sound together. Um and that is a lesson in itself. We could have just gave up. You know what? We'll just do it tomorrow. Forget this, nothing is working. And I think that was a great example of God telling us, learn how to bounce back. Learn how to push through, push past our problems, our pressure, and pursue the promise. The promise is, I'm going to come on with a motivational word Monday through Friday. So if I had just gave up because the sound, I couldn't get Perry on right, and my internet was going in and out, but that can cause other people to miss their blessing. So sometimes we got to push past it. We got to push past the problems,
And you
push
got to
past the
remember to be
pressure,
obedient.
everything.
I didn't mean to cut you off. You got to remember to be obedient.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
this thing, this morning motivation, you know, this, this is a calling.
Yes.
This is, this is a requirement
Right.
because everybody don't always get or wake up with the right mindset.
Right.
And
Right.
sometimes people need to be motivated. That's what
Yes.
motivational speakers do. They motivate people.
Yeah.
I need a little motivation. I hate getting up in the mornings when I don't have to get up.
You sure do. Now I can
but
attest to that.
but that being said, I'm glad I'm up.
Right.
I'm glad I got up. I'm thankful that I could get up.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I just said, I got 3 people that are real close to me that will never get up again.
Right. And so
And we gotta be
we have to
mindful.
realize, too, that every day, I say it every day here, every day above ground is a good day. It's a day that we can get some things right that we didn't have right on yesterday. But step 6 is practice self-care. In any ship that you're on, relationship, partnership, the whatever, entrepreneurship, one of the things that I think with self-care that falls under self-care. Most people don't put it up under self-care, is learning how to communicate your needs. Your needs. Because we can't have abundant living if I suppress all of my needs.
Yeah.
And eventually, if I'm in a marriage, I'm married to you, Perry. So if I suppress my needs all the time, then eventually I'm gonna blow up because I haven't I haven't told you what my needs are. I haven't told you what I want. I'm just listening to what you want and what you need and trying to provide those things. But we need to understand, in order for us to be the bounce back king and queen that we were designed to be, we have to learn how to express our needs. And because all of us are built differently. And so
Amen.
we need certain things so that we can have the abundant living. Uh, I think that's why it's so important to learn people's love language, how they love and how they receive love. And so we need to practice self-care. Sometimes we need to learn how to just be still. That's hard for me. That's hard for me because I'll go, 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 go. And sometimes I need to just be still.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do nothing but agree with that. You have the hardest time being still,
Yeah.
and that's one of my favorite pastimes is being
Yes.
still. I I enjoy being still. Just like I know when we get on this vacation in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna be still.
Yeah, I know you are, baby. I know you are.
I can I can guarantee you that I'm gonna be still. But that's also in our everyday walks.
Right.
Sometimes
Right.
it's okay to stay the course,
Yes.
because when you stay the course, you get the opportunity to see certain things through. Sometimes you need to see them treat you good. Sometimes you need to see them treat you bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to see they hear you. And
Right.
sometimes you need to see, man, they not listening to me at all.
Right.
But you're not going to
Right.
get that if you're constantly moving.
Right.
And
Right.
I mean literally, physically, constantly moving. You're not going to find your spot in the church if you're hopping from this church to that church to this church.
Yeah. That's
My
good.
pastor says all the time that God didn't give me everything, but he gave everybody something.
Something.
And
Right.
there's something that you can provide at your church if you'll just be still and wait to see it.
Right. Right.
But don't take too long waiting.
That's
Sometimes you
right.
just got to do, but you got to be still in
So
order to do.
basically, it's a balance to this thing.
Yes.
It's like doing a two-step dance, back and forth. It's the dance in any ship that you're on. A ship rocks, and so it's just doing this dance so that you can be and live the abundant life. And the last and final thing, oh, Shell said, keeping my cup on full. Yeah, yeah. And the seventh and final thing is learn from your setbacks. What you were talking about. You've been married to 3 different women. Learn from that so that we don't have to continue to go through the same motions around the mountain. Some people ask me all the time, well, I don't know why this isn't working. Well, the first thing is you're the common denominator on every ship you own, whether it's in a marriage, whether it's on the job, whether it's even at the grocery store. You're the common denominator. So if you went to the grocery store and somebody stepped on your toe and you responded unbecoming, and you go back the next day and it happens again and it happens again, learn from your setbacks. Maybe I need to go on a different aisle. Maybe I need to go to a different grocery store. Whatever it is, you have to learn from your setbacks. I learned that I can't continue to allow others to take my kindness for weakness. Um, and I would bump my head. Why they treat me this way? Why they I want to remind everybody on the live today that you teach everyone that you meet how to treat you. I teach my husband how to treat me. He teaches me how to treat him. The things that we allow, people are going to do it. That's how you know when you're healthy. That's how you know when you bounce back, because it's not a selfish mode, but it is a self-care mode, that I'm not going to allow you to treat me any kind of way. I'm not going to allow you to talk to me any kind of way. And why? Because I'm a queen, boo. You a queen, Michelle. You a queen, Pam. You a king, Perry. So we have to make sure that we're teaching people how to treat us. And we do that by learning from your previous setbacks, your previous relationships, your previous jobs. You learn not to steal stuff from your job, because that's what got you fired from the last job. So you know not to do it now. And think about this, even when we're raising our children, the older ones, they'll get mad sometimes. They'll say, well, dog, when we were little, you didn't do us like that. It's because you learned. It was a learning curve. And so those little bitty ones, the ones coming up towards the end, they'll have a different upbringing, because we learn from our setbacks. We learn what was not good, right?
Absolutely. And in that, in the learning from your setbacks, learn how not to let everybody dump their mess on you.
Yeah.
Don't just allow everybody. You can be a help to everybody, but don't allow everybody to just come and dump all their mess on you, because see, people
They do
see
what we
you
allow.
as they perceive you. And if you allow people to dump their mess on you, people will see you as mess.
Yeah.
So learn that it's okay. You know what? We can't have this conversation. I'm not feeling that today. You
Right.
know, I need you to help me, but yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that today. Because I know
Right.
what you're about to do is come and bring a whole lot of junk. And I'm not feeling the junk. So when you learn from that, you can understand that, you know what, I'm I'm feeling down because every time I turn around, I'm letting people pour they mess on to me, and I'm trying to help, but I can't help because I'm constantly hearing, oh, woe is me. Oh, this done happened. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I need to just stop.
Yeah.
Learn. You know what? To keep your abundant living, stay in your happy place.
Right.
I'm going to share with you all what I share with my children. Don't allow anyone to control the smile on your face.
Right. Oh, that's good.
No
That's
one can
good.
do that. You are the only one that controls the smile on your
On your
face.
face. Right. Right.
And you learn that. That is learned behavior. You learn that from setbacks.
Yeah.
That
If
person
you
that was
learn from the
always hurting you,
if you
causing you
learn
to
from your
cry.
setbacks, you gotta learn
Oh,
from
that
your
person
setbacks,
always
though.
taking from you. That person never giving you money back that they say they're going to give you that they borrowed from you.
Mm,
You learn from all of that.
right.
So you learn how to be the only person that controls the easy smile on your
On
face
your
and not
face.
the frown that takes over 100 muscles to create.
Right. Hey, I got something. One of my spiritual advisors, been my spiritual advisor for, at that time, over 20 years. And I would call her just to dump. And she finally told me, she said, you know what? I'm not gonna be your trash can today. We don't have to be anyone's trash can. And just for them to just dump all their problems, because a lot of times people bring you problems, and yeah, sometimes people just need you to listen. But if somebody bring you mess and junk all the time, and you're giving them valuable and advice with wisdom, and they don't do anything you say, they're using you as a trash can. They want you to adhere to how they want to live life, and they want to stay miserable. I want to remind you that misery loves company. So in order for us to live the abundant life that God have given us the ability, the authority, and permission to live, we got to learn how to bounce back. Is there any bounce back people on the live today other than me? I'm the bounce back queen. That's the bounce back king on the live. Right there. That's King Perry. That's Mr. And so we're going to learn how to bounce back. So get your bounce back on, baby. So,
yeah.
Perry, is there anything else you would like to say before we end the live?
I appreciate the opportunity to come on and hang out with my baby. I'm feeling a certain kind of way because you know how I feel about them huts and them poops, but we're gonna be all right. I gotta go.
Okay.
I gotta go
All
bury my
right.
cousin today, and
Yeah.
then I gotta go. Then I gotta go pick up my babies. So I
Yeah.
get to cry and smile all on the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a blessing in itself as well. So I just want to tell you guys, thanks so very much for coming on. Thank you for your patience during the technical difficulty. It's your girl Sonya G here on the TalkBox, and I appreciate you coming on. And so if y'all just hold, Perry, I want you to hold on for a second. But I tell y'all what, make sure that you're living the life, the abundant life that God has given you permission to live. Uh don't let nobody steal your joy. It's yours. Can't nobody take it, but you can definitely give it away. So we're not going to give it away. Again, you guys, it's Sonya G with the Talk Box. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, you're listening to the Talk Box with Sonya. You're listening to the Talk Box. Let's talk about it.